I'm Ash.
And I'm Bree.
We couldn't find a blueprint.
So we're making our own.
Welcome to
Doubtfully Yours.
Okay, we got a big topic today.
Yeah,
One
we
that's
do.
going to probably make some people mad.
That's what we live for. So.
Well, the topic of today's is basically society and everything we grew up thinking was correct that actually was not correct.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the stuff that we tried that in the long run is not good for you.
No, it didn't work. And the things that we are trying now, and we'll see how that works.
And then along with that, just like the stuff that we see on social media, with social media being such a big part.
Especially in today's day and age.
Yeah. The kind of stuff that we see on there that maybe doesn't have your best interests at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we go in strong. And let's talk about growing up in the 2000s.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
I pretty much tried everything under the sun
Mm-hmm.
in the growing up. I think probably middle school was when middle school was rough. Middle school. Wow. Genetic. I don't want to say too much.
Not enough. Please.
But I know for a fact one of the things that we both tried was the juice cleanse.
Oh, yeah. The juice cleanse. And any of my fellow 90s and 2000s babies, if you were in middle school, late 2000s, did you try the juice cleanse?
I mean,
can we just talk about being in middle school and thinking you're so fat that you need a juice cleanse? Let's start there on the topics here.
For real. And the thing is that like we were so, I mean, I vividly remember the two of us. Now, please, no judgment here. We cleaned it.
A judgment-free zone.
But we went to Goodwill and bought a juicer.
Yes.
Because our parents would not buy one for us.
Yeah, because they didn't think it was necessary. Newsflash, wasn't.
No.
But
we went to Goodwill and we bought like a $10 juicer. And we did it for like a week.
We did. And we were mean. I was hungry.
I'm also hypoglycemic, and that feels really important to bring up.
It was not a good move.
It was not.
But middle school us thought that we needed to be skinny. But like we were.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, we had very different. I mean, we were both very athletic kids, like very athletic. Middle school, I was doing volleyball. Yeah, I did track, soccer, dance, basketball. Like I was doing it all. And she was really starting to get into cheer towards the end of middle school.
Yeah, and I did varsity cheer most of my high school.
And I think when you do those kinds of things, there's like that image in your head of like how you're supposed to look to be able to do those things. And I mean, one of my most embarrassing moments was when I did basketball. And it's important to note that the basketball coach for my middle school was one of my classmates' parents. And she was very skinny. I'm going to bleep out her name, but it was my Yeah.
Her mom?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she would.
Yeah, I get that.
I only got in because I was friends with them. Believe it or not, I was actually in middle school. I was friends with the cool kids. Okay, and that was because I did dance with a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so I was like automatically in that group. I had done dance since I was in like kindergarten. And at that time I was skinny.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's preface.
So society makes you think that you were not.
We were
what you see on the billboards and in TV and on back in the day magazines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what we saw on Disney was the fat girl being like Raven, which she was not fat.
She was not fat.
And same with Harper.
Yeah,
from
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I will die on the hill that it is such bullshit. We're over seconds in. fucking bullshit that they made Harper seem like the fat bestie.
And she was
She
average.
was literally the perfect size.
Like she was the Marilyn Monroe of Disney Channel.
She is what they craft for the Greek women into sculptures, but no, it's too big. And then you're fantasizing on like, I love her, so it's not, but like Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
And Miley Cyrus, who were so skinny back then. Mind you, I loved Miley Cyrus, so. But I'm just saying, like.
Flashback to episode 1 when we met because we both went to a Hannah Montana concert.
But, like, society makes you think that one thing is, like, that's end all be all.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what normal people look like when normal middle schoolers were chubby.
Yeah, we used to have a baby fat. And like, I mean, like what? We were probably like very maybe just past 100 pounds.
If that, yeah.
Like, I mean, we weren't, and we don't even have pictures really from that time because we refused to take
photos. I'll be honest, I think photos of the two of us, because if you flash back once again to the last episode, we told you we've been besties for 20 years. I don't know if I have, still to this day, any photos with you. Maybe 2 from middle school, from that middle school dance, because I still have that like collage.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe a handful from high school, and really just our senior year.
Yeah.
And like right into freshman year of college and current.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like,
yeah, we
really have not documented our relationship because most of our relationship has been not built around, but like, we cared so much about our body.
It was like the camaraderie of like, oh, we're both bigger girls. We need to be
ashamed, like we're ashamed of our bodies, or we need to hide our bodies, which current us are finding out that's not true. And if society feels that way, go fuck yourselves.
Basically.
Plain and simple. But with that being said, why is it that at middle school that's what you care about?
Right.
That's what you care about.
So I joined the basketball team. I get in. They didn't carry sizes larger than a medium. They had to special order my size large. They had to special order it because they didn't carry it because no one on the team had been above a size medium. And like as a child, like that's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you not? And it's not like they did it privately. It's not like they, just did it and didn't tell me. They made it very known in front of everyone during, like, getting your uniforms and all of that they did not have a size that was big enough for me.
That's ridiculous.
That wasn't the first time I'd heard that, because when I was doing dance, when I was in like 2nd grade, okay, 1st or 2nd grade, little chubby me, because guess what? You're still a baby. In 1st and 2nd grade. I vividly remember my mom coming to pick me up and my dance teacher taking us out onto the sidewalk and asking my mom if she was feeding me right because my stomach was bigger than the other girls and that I didn't look as good in a leotard as the other girls in my dance class. I was 6. I was 6 years old. Like, can you imagine? Like, how can that not turn into childhood trauma? You're basically this little tiny kid and you're being told that you're fat and you don't fit in with the other girls. And she told my mom to put me on a diet at 6 years old.
That makes me sad.
Like,
that makes me emotional, actually.
Like that. I mean, that's how we grew up. That's what was okay to tell children when we were growing up. And that's how adults treated kids growing up.
Yeah, I remember in cheer, my first year, I was a freshman, one of 2 freshmen on the varsity team, because our small school didn't do a JV cheer team, and so they rarely took freshmen. And honestly, I tried out as a joke. So, and I was like full emo phase by then, so I don't know how I made it on that team, but nonetheless, we stayed on the team for many years. But I remember after we had gotten put on the team, and it was like the first real practice, they were like, oh, everybody go try on like the old uniforms, because I think it was similar to yours. They don't order consistently.
It was like a
use like give back. All the girls on my cheer team were picture perfect size, right? And the only other freshman on the cheer team was teeny.
Yeah,
Alta. She was small.
think like Dallas
Literally, like,
Cowboy cheerleader, you know.
yes, they were all. I mean, one of the moms was the conditioning coach, and I remember her shaming me for being too slow on the mile or whatever. It didn't matter at that point. But I remember our first try on, everybody was in the gym, and I remember being, I wouldn't say that I was like super, super, I wasn't like modest when I was that age,
No.
but I had a lot of insecurities. Like I had a lot of skin issues and body image issues. And I remember they were like, "No, everybody just start trying on here, like in the gym." Like we weren't even in the changing room, locker rooms. And I remember them being like, "Oh, you'll probably fit that. You'll probably fit it." And I didn't, by the way. Did not fit it. Um but it was like, or like when we were getting new uniforms that second year, they had us try on, and I don't know why we weren't trying on like the same uniform we had the year before, because mine, like I said, I was in it for most of um high school, but they were like almost like passing the girls around, like, oh, like you were working your way up through body types to figure out what size you were, instead of just being like, oh, what size do you think you're gonna wear? No, 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 go to this person and then go to this person, and then I guess worst case scenario, you go to this person.
Yeah.
Like, so not only are you yourself being shamed, but like you're like setting almost like a category of person of like where you need to move to if you don't fit that size. And like I can't imagine being them in that situation, by the way, being like the last option. um by the way, I'm pretty sure I wore that option, so no shade here. I mean, she was small, but whatever, nonetheless.
I mean, we had also come off of going into freshman year of high school was rough for us because we had both been through some pretty brutal stuff our 8th grade year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I had to go into cheer with one of the girls that made my 8th grade year, my 7th and 8th grade year brutal.
Yeah. I mean,
So that was fun.
we went through, I mean, I think everyone's middle school years suck.
The people whose middle school years don't suck
are the bullies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also envy you. I wish I could have had even just a blank middle school experience. I didn't.
Yeah, no. I do not look back on that with fond memories.
No.
And any of it.
No.
Any of it.
Once again, nearly no evidence that I even existed back then.
And I mean, without sharing too much, I mean, we both had health things that came up that year.
Mm-hmm.
I, our 8th grade year, I fell.
Yep.
And torn my meniscus in my knee.
It's crazy because I vaguely remember you doing that because of my health issue.
Yeah. They kind of went hand in hand, actually.
So end of my 7th grade into my 8th grade, I got diagnosed with a pretty rare autoimmune disease, and it had removed my ability to walk temporarily, and so I wasn't able to walk.
And we had like an award.
We had an award something, and it was the first time I had seen anybody in months because I pretty much got removed. I would say closer to the beginning, but mid 7th grade year, and taken out, and I was in and out of the hospital every single week. And finally, they were doing this award ceremony, and I was finally able to walk with crutches, like without being in too much pain. And so I had shown up for this award ceremony just because like I hadn't seen her in forever. I hadn't seen anybody in forever. And after that, we were walking out, and she was helping me walk because, like I said, I had really just like got my mobility back. And well, we are not graceful.
And our school is on a hill.
Okay? Our school is on a hill, and tell me why 7th and 8th grade us thought it was smart to walk down the grass hill.
Yeah, not
with crutches. Yeah, whatever. Long story short, we are clumsy, and we slipped, and she injured herself, which then took her out of school.
Yeah. And what's so funny is that I remember it happening, and then me sobbing uncontrollably because I was so worried about you that I hurt you.
But really, she took herself out.
I took myself out. And this kind of goes back too because I didn't go to the doctor for like a long time.
Yeah.
I just kind of dealt with it, and it got to a point one day where it was too much, and my mom took me to the doctors. Not the urgent care, not the ER, just like my regular doctor, thinking that I had pulled a muscle when I fell. And he literally looked at me and was like, there's no way that your knee hurts by not doing anything. Like even if you're just sitting there and it hurts, it's not possible. Have you tried losing weight?
Yep.
I went to a different doctor and my cartilage was eroding in my knee. I had torn my meniscus so bad that it was literally just like unraveling at the seams, and I had surgery pretty closely following that. Like it wasn't.
You had a couple surgeries.
Yeah, I had 2 in that same year. And now I have no cartilage in my knee. So yeah, if you feel like your doctor's wrong, get a second opinion.
Yes, and we are very clumsy. This is actually foreshadowing for me breaking my kneecap.
That's recent though. That
was last year.
You can't blame it on clumsy high school.
You know, last episode we talked about Portland to coast, hood to coast. I actually found out that when I did that, I had a broken knee while I was doing that. I found out that Monday following Portland to coast because I was in so much pain I couldn't walk. And I had pain leading up to the Portland to coast, but I didn't want to remove myself because then that was going to leave my team without a person. And I'm not that kind of person. Like, if you have to depend on me, like, I'm going to be there. I'm showing up.
So she did it.
So I showed up, and I did my 13 miles, and I had a broken kneecap. And so, you know, and I'm pretty sure it's from one too many falls in either Vegas or New York. But you know what? It is what it is.
Literally any trip we go on, she's falling.
Every single trip I have. And it's not even like a graceful, like, oh no. I like bounce.
It's a movie moment. It's the moment where
it's what
like
you see in like the cartoons.
Yeah, when they hit the ground and then they just start dun 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 dun.
Yeah, and in case you wondered, these bodies they roll well.
They sounds good too.
I got some air. The New York one. So yeah, we are not graceful and we get injured often. But yes, that brings us to like society's normal has really changed the way that we look at ourselves and the things that we do, and we're trying to unlearn that. But in order to unlearn that, we need to understand like what we're looking at.
Like, I think one thing that's really that's been coming to light a lot recently is that we don't know how to properly use food. Like, we were never, I mean, we had the health classes where, you know, they talk about heart healthy foods and all of that, and that shit's
the
stuck.
Food pyramid,
you know, and I can tell you the food pyramid off the top of my head with how many times that they ground it into us.
Yes.
But we don't know what our body requires when it's doing the things that we're having it do currently. I mean, we're doing like 20 miles a week, if not more.
Yeah.
And
15 to 20 miles a week.
And, you know, we were talking because we did a 10K recently, and that week after it was like we could not
satiate.
It was like an endless binge episode.
Yeah. And like with that being said, we are trying to build that relationship with food, but it's hard because you have what you've been taught your whole life of like, I know for me, my whole life it's been drilled like 1,200 calories.
1,200 calories. If a girl wants to lose weight, you got to eat 1,200 calories a day.
But that's not real. That's not true.
No, it's not. And how dangerous is that? I mean, 1,200 calories is your body's minimum. And that's not even for every person.
When you're dieting, I know like all my like times I did like, I've done a lot. Keto, GLP-1, carb cutting, whatever.
Yeah.
All of those, I never even came close to 1,200 calories because I thought, well, if I only eat like 800 calories,
oh yeah,
I'll lose it faster.
Well, it's the HCG diet.
Yes.
500 calories.
Yes.
Like,
why?
I mean, when I tell you we've done it all, we've done it all.
All of it. We've tried it all. And it's hard because some of those diets like GLP-1, HCG, you see results quick.
Yeah.
You do. And it's hard to not do that because you see the results so quick.
I think that the GLP-1s, I
have a love-hate relationship with them.
I mean, I do too. I think that they're not obtainable for your everyday person. I mean, even if
you do have to be on it for life. Like,
yeah.
You really do. Like,
I mean, we tried it. I mean, we were literally on it a year ago.
Yes. Yep. We've done it. And did
it
work.
worked.
Yeah, it did.
And that's freeing when your mind all of a sudden isn't focused on food.
But yes, the GLP-1, I have a love-hate relationship. I loved it because I didn't think about food for a second.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
Anybody who knows what food noise is understands like how freeing that is. And if you don't know what food noise is, you probably have it and you just never paid enough attention to it.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what it was until I took it.
Until it shuts off.
Yeah. And then you go, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, imagine food is like a programmable chip that you plug into yourself. And when you're on GLP-1, you just take that chip out and you don't want to eat. You don't think about food. The only time you know that you're actually hungry is when your stomach is growling and you're like, oh, yeah, I probably should eat. I haven't eaten in 17 hours.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Like, it was the most, and we did it for a hot minute. But, I mean, we were spending $300
You're talking
a month.
$300 minimum
and
a
that's
month.
low because we were doing the compounded. We weren't even
Yes.
doing the name brand.
Right.
And that's, I mean, today's world, that's not sustainable.
No, it's not. And many people talk about it. You gain the weight back the minute you stop it. And it's not like you gain all of it back, because I never gained all of it back.
No, I didn't gain it all back.
I think, probably 10 pounds back from it, realistically. But I also wasn't on it so incredibly long. Like, I didn't lose like some 100 pounds or whatever off of it.
Yeah.
But I did gain some of it back, and it didn't stop like the real issues that I have with food that I need to be sustainable for real.
Yeah, I think that if we had gone into it already kind of healed, we would have had a totally different experience. And I think that's really important because, I mean, listen, I'm all for it. I truly think it is a miracle drug.
And whatever, I am supportive of whatever other people want to do. It 100%. Does not affect me. It's not going to affect my life. You go do what you need to do to be your best version.
I just think that what's really damaging, and it's following those tracks of like all of the fad diets that even doctors were pushing back, you know, in the earlier 2000s, where you're not getting all of the information about what it is. And I think that like if you were required to do, now this is the part that might make people mad, if you were required to do like nutrition counseling or therapy or something alongside it, it could be one of the like most life-changing drugs that you ever experience.
Yes.
But you can't do it and not have that repaired relationship with food because it's a Band-Aid. And if you, you know, like, and that's why it's a lifelong drug.
And yes.
Because people are using it as a Band-Aid, but they're not actually learning or adjusting anything.
I mean, how many people do you see that did GLP-1 to lose their weight? Which, love that for you.
Love it.
Awesome. How much you want to bet those people are still on it just at a maintenance dosage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because their new reality is no food noise.
Yeah.
And the minute you stop, I mean, literally almost the second you stop that
as soon
drug,
as you miss a dose,
it's back.
And it's like painful.
And it takes weeks, like, of taking the drug to get it to go away again. Like, it doesn't go away fast. It goes away very slowly. And then it stays away as you take the drug. And so the minute you stop it, it's like, bye. Here I am again.
Like, okay. So I saw this commercial for one of these compound GLP-1 companies. And this was their ad, and I'm not even kidding. It was really, you can tell naturally, skinny woman, you know, they showed no transformation, which tells me that she was previously skinny before recording this, which great. Love that. But that's not what we're looking for. And it was her talking about how in school she could never run the mile, right? But because she got on GLP-1 and because she was able to lose weight, she's now running marathons.
Right.
Because as if losing weight miraculously means that you are now fit and athletic.
And a runner.
Let me tell you something, as people who are actually doing it while still obese, you can do it.
anything you put your mind
You
to.
can lose all of the weight and still not be fit. I know a lot of naturally thin and petite people who are the most unfit people I've ever seen, who could not, who like huff and puff walking up the stairs.
Yes.
You know, like it does not translate, but that's that kind of dangerous mindset where people go, well, I've always wanted to run a marathon.
If I just do GLP-1, then I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh,
but
if I just lost all this weight, then I could do this too.
That's how you have really bad reaction. Like, you know, you can get so incredibly sick from doing a marathon untrained.
Yeah. Like literally life threatening.
Yeah.
Like illnesses from it. And like, it's not a joke. I mean, we are giving ourselves 2 years.
2 years to do it. So
technically 18 months. But
if we're circling back to the first episode, we had said that we've done a 5K and we've done a 10K, which is true. We have. And we have now paid for and scheduled. We've got another 10K in the books for this year and probably a couple more.
Yeah.
I know we have
a couple 5Ks.
We have a 10K relay that we're going to do together, which is part of the Hood to Coast series. Because we really want that medal.
We really want the
we're all about the
ultimate racer.
Yes, we're all about the medals in this family. But we're also signed up, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it because it's one of the most famous, but it's not the obviously. I don't think it's a part of the 7 series.
It's not a World Series.
But we're going to be at the Honolulu Marathon doing the 10K because we are not ready for a marathon.
We are not ready, and we know that.
But we are preparing for our first half. We're giving ourselves until next year for a half marathon. So we are also signed up for the rock and roll
up
in Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
But we're not only doing the half marathon. We're gonna do the rock and roller series.
Yeah, where it's like the 5K the day before.
The 5K the day before,
and then
the half.
Because that's 3 medals.
And we like medals.
We like shiny things.
So we have scheduled those, and we are game planning here for half marathons now. But with that being said, it's not happening overnight, and we're not going to pretend it's going to.
We actually, I mean, we did this 10K, but we walked majority of it.
Yes, most
and
of
it. And like no shame, like we legitimately did.
Listen, also, can we just talk about? I have a love-hate relationship with slow runners. Okay, just hear me out before you really. I'm not saying that because I think I'm saying it because I don't think 14-minute mile is slow. Okay?
It feels pretty fast.
It's pretty fast because, I'm slow, right? I'm mostly a walker. I am still trying to build up my endurance so that I can do, those faster miles.
As our Garmin's like to say, it's probably due to low aerobic effort.
Yes, because we are fat. My Garmin has reminded me multiple times that I am obese, and I need to figure that out, and we're trying. But, I hate the shame that comes around with being a slow runner because, mind you, like we've also said, the running community is amazing. Okay?
Oh yeah,
it's amazing. But you have those few people who put so much shame on how fast you go.
Yeah,
and 10-minute mile, incredible. I have personal friends who are like, oh, I'm pretty slow. I run an average 10 to 11-minute mile. I'm over here going 17-minute miles, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
so to me, that's fast. And as a beginner, it's so daunting to see, most of the slow runners saying, oh, I ran a 14-minute mile. And I'm like, to me, that's pretty.
Especially on TikTok. TikTok is the worst for that.
It's so daunting. And I think that's why we started our TikTok, which we mentioned it before, but in case you need to hear it again.
It's running out the doubt.
Running out the doubt. And it is just following our journey of figuring out how to be fat and run with doubt, but trying to get rid of it, we
have a whole plan. It's a thing.
But that's why we're posting on there, because we are doing 17-minute miles.
We are legitimately
and it's
slow
nice
runners.
to see that just because you're running a 17, 18, 19, 20-minute mile, you're still out there doing it. I'm faster than any person who's sitting on their couch.
Exactly.
And that's the one thing I tell myself every time I go do these, because I'm like, oof, gonna be slow again, gonna be a slow day. But for me, 17 minutes is fast. That's the fastest I've ever gone. And I'm sprinkling in the jog running, right? I'm doing very, very spread out intervals because I don't have the stamina to do. I can't go a full mile running. I literally can't.
No. I'm gonna be honest. I think I can go 0.1, maybe.
But that's what we're building for, right? So we're giving ourselves until February 2027 to do our first half.
Because we really want to be
And
able
we
to
have a goal. We would like to be like 12, 13-minute miles by then.
Yeah. I mean, minimum, I would like to be able to stay under a 15-minute for the entire duration.
The entire thing, average pace being under 15.
Yeah.
I think that would be wonderful. But we're also not going to put that much strain on if we don't.
No, because here's the thing. Like, I mean, I think unless you're actively doing it to compete competitively, it's too much pressure. It's
pressure,
too much.
Pressure makes things harder.
Yeah.
And it really does. Pressure, when I go on a walk and I have a deadline of some type where it's like, oh, I'm going to walk. I have to walk 4 miles or I have to do this, right? That walk run is so incredibly difficult for me. Whereas if I'm like, hey, we're just going to figure out what we're going to do. Yep. And then we just go for it. And those are the ones where we end up doing 5.5, 6 miles.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think that when I first got off of Hood to Coast and we finished that for Portland to Coast, I immediately started researching. And of course, as everyone knows, as soon as you start looking up stuff on your phone knows, and all of a sudden your TikTok For You page is all of that topic.
Yes.
And it's so, I mean, when I did track, but not for very long because I hurt my knee. So I never really got to learn the art of running. I never got to master that. I was there for, I'm not even kidding, maybe 2 weeks. I did the trials and that was basically it. So I started doing all this research, and all over my For You page are these women and men going, come do a slow run with me today. And they finish a 5K in under 30 minutes.
Right.
And I'm like, you start thinking your delusional self that that's normal.
Right.
Like, I should be able to do that. And then when you try to do that and you can't, it feels like a failure. Even though you're up and you're doing it and you're trying your best. I mean, there were weeks where I pushed myself so incredibly hard that I'm surprised I did not injure myself.
Yeah.
Like, okay, first of all, if anyone hasn't seen Brittany Runs a Marathon, watch it.
I think we need a whole episode on Brittany Runs a Marathon.
100%.
I think we do. But that movie is single-handedly why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Without putting it into words, right? It's a woman in her, I believe she's in her 30s in the show or in the movie, but trying to figure out who she is because she's doesn't know. And she's tired of not knowing. And we're tired of not knowing. And I mean, she runs a fucking marathon.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like it's literally her journey.
I cannot watch that movie without sobbing.
Oh, like a baby, sobbing. Like an actual infant. I mean, uncontrollable, ugly, snotty sobbing.
Yes. So go watch it is what we're saying. Yeah, that's please. Your task tonight. Is your homework. Go and watch that. That's your homework. And then send us an email with your thoughts afterwards.
It can just even be a bunch of crying faces. Right. That's accurate.
That's fair.
But I mean, there's a point in the show where she trains so much, so often.
She injures herself.
And that's reality.
But not only that, she then has to come to terms with.
Okay, I got chills.
Injuring herself ruined what she wanted. It took away what she was heading towards, and then she had to. I mean, and it's so real because it shows like. The minute you lose something that you've been working so hard towards, it feels like your life's over. And it shows her kind of go through this, like, well, fuck it stage where I'm going to go back to the old me.
What's the point?
And then it's like, she remembers deep down why she's doing it.
Yeah.
And she does the fucking thing.
And she does the fucking thing. I could say so much about that movie. That's why it's going to be its own episode.
Thank you, Amy, for your hard work in that movie. It was Amy, right?
I believe so. We'll double check. We're going to fact check that. And if it's wrong, you can find it in the caption or the
link below.
The down below. I don't know.
Whatever.
The description.
This is not going to make it.
None of these are going to make it.
None of these are going to make it.
But no, and it's the stuff like that. Like, that was probably one of the first I mean, there are very few running movies. Let's start there. But that was probably one of the only ones that got it right.
100%.
Like, that got everything right. That you can watch
Every
it,
moment of it is 100%
and nothing
accurate.
about it was going to make you feel bad about yourself.
Nope.
And I see all these like people on TikTok, and it's not even just the runners. I mean, there are the people who go to the grocery stores and like hold up products, and it's like, this is why I will never buy this product for my family again. And it's literally like graham crackers, you know, or hamburger buns. Like, I'm sorry, majority of people don't have the opportunity to hand make all of their everything. Not everyone lives in an environment where you can make your own stuff or grow your own stuff. It's so damaging. It's so like, it's unreal actually how many are out there. And then like you see one and then it just keeps coming.
Yes.
Your entire For You page all of a sudden becomes this like,
it's a catalog.
It's like a wasteland.
Yes.
Of what not to do.
Yeah. But not all of those are attainable, or for the average person, you can't follow all
it's
that.
unrealistic to expect yourself to be able to do a 10-minute mile.
I also hate that half the stuff that's suggested is so expensive.
Or here,
I'm like, I work a normal job, okay? I love that you're an influencer, and that's great for you, and I'm sure that's great for your family, but like, at least like when it comes to like your suggestions, make it a little more down to earth here.
Or like my favorite ones are, if you want to get like this, come buy my supplements, link down below.
Right. I'm like, well, now I don't want to be like you. Thank you.
Like, no thanks. I've tried enough. Or what was it? The like Hydroxycut's still a big one. Where like that gives people heart attacks.
You know what I really liked? Shanti.
We did
P90X?
No, it was Insanity.
Oh yeah.
We did the Insanity.
Shanti.
First of all, Shanti Daddy. Okay.
What a G.
I mean,
I actually loved Insanity.
We had the whole series actually, because we had P90X. Is that what it's called? P90.
I think it was P90X.
Whatever that one is. Whatever one's closely related to that. If that's not it, because that sounds
whatever's in Shanti's catalog, we had.
We had Insanity, and I threw up immediately following it.
The first time.
I finished it.
It was insane.
Threw up.
If you would, in the membrane, if you will.
We had his hip hop series.
Dude, I loved Shanti.
Oh, that hip hop series was everything.
All of those were extremely hard, but I did like that he told you, like, well, okay, he didn't want you to modify, but like if you needed to. Yeah,
I mean, he had the option.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that he's, the GOAT or anything, because he also was pushing his own supplement line and his own smoothie line. And
but I do have a soft spot in my heart. Also, the late Richard Simmons.
Oh, Richard Simmons, R.I.P. I will die if you want to get into if you want to dance and move, but you don't want to pay Zumba prices. Get Sweat into the Oldies.
Yes.
Get Sweat into the Oldies, because guess what? He was a fat kid. Yes. He was a fat kid. He was the fat kid.
He did the damn thing.
He did the damn thing by dancing. And you know what? As someone who loves to dance, here for it.
Yep. Love a good Richard Simmons moment. But yeah, everything on social media is so toxic, and none of it is actually helpful, and you really shouldn't follow most of it.
No.
And so we're actually going to be your test subjects. So anything you want us to try, we'll do it.
Anything. Maybe not anything. Within reason.
Everything.
Also, chances are we've probably already tried it.
So if you suggest something and we've done it, we'll follow up on here and let you know that we've done it.
And if not, I'm gonna make her do it, because she's the one who said she would do
anything.
And she'll do anything at least once.
Okay, but listen, I heard something about some pills that was like horse something or other. I'm not gonna do that, or anything that's like intestines, because like that's against my beliefs. And my beliefs. Also,
those GLP-1 patches, they don't work.
Don't work.
They don't. It's a lie.
I'll do it if you ask me to, because it's like $6 on Amazon.
I mean, she already has them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I own them already. So
if she can find them, it's a different story. But
touche. But yeah, the world is damaging, and we are trying to undamage ourselves And I think all of this was to say that we have problems.
We have lots of problems. So we grew up having problems, and we continue to have problems, and we got 99 problems, and they're all from society.
Unlearn. Yeah. We're trying to unlearn what we've taught ourselves. Like, we were actually just having this discussion on one of our weekend walks about how we both suffer from binging.
Mm-hmm.
We are recovering bingers. And we've found that with how much we're working out, that we become so hungry that it's not like we fully binge like we used to, but you have moments where it feels like that. And honestly,
it's the same feeling.
It's worrisome.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, like after the race, when we like literally, I mean, we weren't necessarily like shoving our faces.
No,
but it's
like I used to.
That feeling that you get when you did eat, like it would be when you were binging.
Yes.
And that's terrifying.
And like, it's hard when you feel like, oh, I shouldn't eat that. I shouldn't grab that. I shouldn't do this. But like, the back of your head, you've got the devil on your shoulder, you know, going like, do it. You got this.
I mean,
shove your face, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have the other side of you that's like, no, you really shouldn't. And it's hard because when you're recovering, and this, I mean, I'm sure this goes for recovering from anything, but at least for me, like when I'm recovering from binging, is like, I have a hard time telling the devil on my shoulder no.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just try to avoid situations where I feel as though I want to binge.
Yeah.
And we've been doing really well. I mean, I haven't binged probably since November.
Yeah,
since we started working out, I haven't really binged.
But that feeling after
But I will
10K.
say, after the 10K, I was so hungry that like it, like in my brain, it felt like I binged, even though I personally, and I'm sure she did too, burned 4,000 calories in that day. Personally.
You gotta remember, we're bigger girls. We burn a lot
of calories.
It takes a lot of energy to do what we do.
So, with that being said, I burned a lot of calories. I was hungry.
Yeah, I mean,
but like it was so hard because like I didn't even eat that much that day. But it was just like I felt like I kept grabbing for things, which made me feel gross. But I knew I was hungry because like my stomach was growling and I could not satiate myself. Yeah, but it felt wrong.
Well, I know, like I went into the race with a game plan of fueling and did not follow it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said in episode 1, I'm hypoglycemic. So when I'm doing my long runs and stuff, I have to fuel a lot more than normal people do because my blood sugar drops really, really fast. And, I mean, that was 6 miles. My plan was to fuel every 2 miles. And I only fueled once the entire race.
I think I only fueled once too.
Once.
Well, I know I did the electrolyte tabs twice.
I did that
because
once
I started getting a little lightheaded.
So,
usual.
It's hard to say if that was like going to be a normal experience for us after races or if that's due because we did not. We knew we needed to and we packed enough to be able to do it and then just didn't.
And a lot of it is also like we're just not used to it yet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we have never other than hood to coast, Portland to coast, done that many miles in one go.
Yeah, that was the longest we've gone since we started training.
And it's funny because the 5.5 miles we fueled once. Mind you, that was an unintentional 5.5 miles, but I didn't feel the need to. But I don't know if it's like, kind of like I said, pressure makes things harder.
Yeah.
Like pressure, which then made me feel like I had to go faster, which then made me feel like I had to push myself, which was great because I PR'd, she PR'd.
Yeah.
For our personal
goals. Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, like, let's just say this. She already mentioned it. She did it in an hour and 40 minutes? 44 minutes, right? And flashing back to the Portland to coast, she did less than that, less than 6.2. I think right about at 6.
Yeah.
In 2 hours and what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, 2 hours 30.
Something like that, right? So look at how much she's shaved off since then. I did my 5.9 miles in 2 hours, and I believe it was like 8 minutes. And this time I did it in an hour and 52. So it's obvious that it's working, but it doesn't feel like it when you see that other people are so much faster, right? Like when you're like depending on society to back you.
When you're looking for that validation.
And like we actually also just talked about this too, like our families don't really know what we're doing.
No.
Like, they don't really know that we're, like, doing the 5Ks, doing the 10Ks. They don't know that we've signed up for a half marathon.
Nope.
They don't know that we're...
Our
end goal, okay? Our dream goal would be to do the New York Marathon in 2027. Now, I don't know if we'll get a bid. I don't know if we'll get chosen in the lottery. I don't know if we'll find a charity to go with. I don't know. But if everything went my way and everything, like, all the yeses that come led me to the New York Marathon, that would be our dream first marathon.
Yep.
We are going to do a marathon in 2027. Yeah. It's either going to be New York or it's going to be Honolulu.
Yeah.
And that's kind of also why we want to do the 10K this year in Honolulu, is because we've only run in Oregon.
Yeah, we've never.
And it's cold and it's pretty humid. But they're totally different climates when you start changing states. Like
we went to Florida and that was like
horrible.
I mean, that was like wearing a wet blanket.
Yes, like we felt like gross, right? And then like Hawaii is hot, and like it's just places that we're not used to. And so we thought, let's not attempt in a year the marathon in Honolulu, because I don't think we're ready. And I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but let's do a baby tester. Let's go out there and, like, just for ourselves, we wanted to, and we've been talking about this for the last year, but we've been wanting to go to a marathon and be there when you're hitting like the 6, 7, 8 hour mark.
Yeah, when
cheer on
legitimate
those slow runners.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we were like, well, there's no point in us going to Hawaii without like a reason. And so we signed up for the 10K saying, okay, we're going to be a part of the race. It's just a part of it, like just a small bit of it. And then we're going to be there for those slow runners. I have a friend who's actually running the marathon in Honolulu, and she'll probably finish at like 4 hours. She'll be pretty quick. But we want to be there for the 7, 8, 9 hours. We want to be there when the last people cross. And just, if anything, to give them somebody who's actually rooting for them, no matter.
But also to see what the energy is like.
Yes, because I mean, this is a whole new world that we're stepping into.
Yeah, and I mean, we literally know nothing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you see the videos of all these marathons where people are like cheering and, you know, at the end, but there very rarely is videos of the
very end, right? End. The runners who are, I mean, sometimes you see the very last runner.
Yeah.
But I want to be there. I want to give them somebody who's going to be there to cheer them on. I'm there for them.
And I want to know that, like, when we do it, if we are the last two to cross that finish line,
who's going to be there for us?
What's that energy like? Mm-hmm. Are we going to feel accomplished, or are we going to feel defeated?
Right. Am I crossing the line with nobody there, which is fine, but like that's something that mentally I'd have to get over.
Yeah, that's something I'd have to prepare for.
It. Right. Also, a second revenge arc is why I'm going to Honolulu. Nobody talked bad to me this time. This one isn't that revenge
just
arc.
herself.
But yes, I've only been to Hawaii once and only been to Honolulu and or Oahu. I know I'm butchering that. I know that's not like native how that's pronounced. So I apologize if there's any
She's white.
Hawaii. Yeah, if there's any Hawaii listeners. But when I went in 2021, which is going to be 5 years when we go, from the day, almost to the day, I attempted the pillbox hike, and I had never hiked before in my life. It's important to the story. Also, I was fatter then than I am now. Not by much, but still fatter, right? I think
and definitely less fit.
Yes, 20 pounds ago me, and definitely less fit. Attempted the pillbox hike, and by attempted I mean we made it to like the first, if you ever hiked it, okay, it's uphill, okay, it is straight up, but it's only like 1.5 miles distance. And so I had always promised myself that if I started working out or I started to lose weight or I got more fit, that I would attempt that hike again. And so we're using this as an opportunity that she's going to do it with me, and hopefully in a couple months from now, you guys will see a photo of us at the pillbox. And if not, and you never hear anything about it again,
we failed.
Mind your business. But Honolulu is in December, so, you know, don't count on seeing it anytime soon, you know?
Like, yeah, we still got a while.
If you don't see it by 2027,
question.
It didn't happen.
Question it.
Yeah, you should question it.
Question it.
But we'll probably at least update you of like, we didn't have time to go, or we went, it was bad.
We went, we signed up, we showed up, we left.
I am a little scared because we're not going for long. Like, we're literally going to Honolulu, I think, Friday through Monday or something like that. Yeah. Thursday through Monday. Like, very short turnaround trip. I mean, from Oregon, it's only like a 6-hour flight. Nothing crazy. We jump back in time, so it's not too bad. But we are worried about, like, time crunch. Trying to find the right day to do it because it is uphill. And so we're worried about gassing our legs before the 10K. Mind you, we don't know where we're going to be physically and like fit wise by then, but
and we may have had like, you know, several more 10Ks under our belt, and it won't be, you know, like
it'll be like a 5K for us currently, because like 5K for me now is like I can do that and I can still go do things afterwards.
Yeah,
but like a 10K right now, it's gonna take me out of commission for a couple days, so we're trying to build that, and hopefully by then we can go do this 1.5 mile round trip up climb and be fine. But you know, we're playing that by ear, but the hope is to villain arc that at some point.
Yeah, your revenge for herself.
Yes, I want to show myself that I can do hard things, and
she knows that, like, unlike her family who will like kind of play
yes, they did unlike my family who will thankfully, because that Brie was not in the headspace for it, they will say, okay, let's just stay here, let's just watch the sunrise here, which is beautiful. That's amazing, and that's what I needed then. I know that unless like I physically cannot complete it, she's gonna push me as hard as possible. Like, I know that if I'm just complaining to complain, she's gonna be like, shut up, be mad at me, we're gonna finish this because
then you can high five me when we get to the end. You know, like, I don't care if you're mad at me for the next 1.5 miles, but you're gonna finish it.
Right. And I think we're in agreement that as long as there's nothing physically stopping it, she's going to push me as hard as she needs to do it. And I mean, I trust her with my life.
And I mean,
who's better to do it with me for my villain arc than the person who's doing the villain era with me? So, we said a lot of words, talked about a lot of things. Probably didn't have many points.
Do you know how far into this we are?
No. 53 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay, we are...
I leaned, so hopefully that gets cut out because we're wide.
Keeping it in.
Please don't. Anyways, let's do our sign off.
Yeah.
So, we said a lot of things. We talked about a lot. Probably didn't make very many points.
Again, rambled a lot, but that's kind of what we do, and that's kind of who we are, and if you don't like it,
we are hoping that we'll be getting into less serious and more funny topics as we go on.
Yeah, we just kind of want to let you know what we're about, what we're
doing, our thoughts on like the world, and if you guys have any suggestions of like what you want to hear us talk about, please send them our way. We're all
races
about
you want us to try.
Yes,
we would love to travel for some more races. So if
there's anything, or if you're a bigger girl and you have any questions, bigger girls like us, and you have any questions, just like about how we're doing it, what we're doing, why we're doing it, or you just need like some advice,
or you just need someone to tell you you're doing a good job.
You can do it because you can, because I thought I couldn't and I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we will, if you need someone to be your hype up sister, we got you.
Yes. So if you have any questions, concerns, if you want us to try anything for you,
suggestions for plus size racing clothes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yes. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time, and thanks for listening to Doubtfully Yours.
Peace out, bitches.
Peace out, bitches. I'm gonna need another Diet Coke, please. Please? Producer. I wish I had an assistant.